Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So if you saw video number 3, you know it cut off, and I must tell you, it's heartbreaking for me. I cannot go back and recreate the whole video. I just can't. So I put a lot in the description, and I hope you feel it was so upsetting to me. Anyways, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna show you this card is to go with that gift from my daughter. I'm using the same techniques and all of that in this card that I did with her gift. So I'm gonna set the whiteboard aside. I'm gonna show you that gorgeous gift that I made her. Absolutely no, she will love it. So this is the bottom. This is 10 by 13. I bought this at Target for $5. And I don't know if you can see just how much depth is in this gorgeous kit. Her favorite color is polished pink. I like the pop of polished pink in just about everything. This one, it looks like it's missing, that I might have to go back and add a little bit in there, I think. Oh no, this one, and this one didn't have the polish pink. This one, and this one did. So let's get started, as I don't want this to be like a crazy long video. Okay, this is the flyer instruction sheets. Let's get that out of the way. Stained glass is our theme for next month's Paper Pumpkin. Let's go over what you're gonna need. So, I know my notes are a bit of a mess. They do, you know, help me. So you will need 2 pieces of neutral DSP that's 6 by 6. I have chosen to use the same colors that I used in her box, Crumb Cake and Sahara Sand. Yes, looks like one of those is gray granite, but anyways, 2 pieces of that. You will need, let's put those right on that board. You will need 2 pieces of chipboard. These are the same size as the pieces in her box. We're gonna recreate one of these here. So chipboard, this one's 2 5/8 by 4. Look at that, it never fails. By 4. This one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I'm gonna clip those, maybe not. Those are glue dots. Take them off that clipping. So let's see, we're gonna use the heat in stick powder. Gotta grab that box, stick that over here to my left. Blending brushes, sponge daubers. I used the Splendid Stem dies that went with the Splendid Thoughts stamp set. Possibly going to be doing a bit with these 2. I've got, and then I'm using the Happy Birthday from Special Moments. The Ticket Corner Punch, this really old one from Stampin' Up! That tells you how long I've been, you know, on and off a demonstrator with them. And then we are using a thick piece of Whisper White cardstock as our card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. 2 pieces of Garden Green cardstock that measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's because I want the little pinch of white around it. And then we're using 2 pieces of basic white. You can already see I've got these started. I'm going to tell you, where's my card? So why am I using this? Well, because when I went to design this card, I was going to give that one to my daughter. I'm going to make a different card now. I designed the inside piece to go in a card that went landscape, and I'm going to show you, you're going to see the problem. That doesn't work for a card that goes that way. So we're going to go with it and use that for the inside. This was an extra one I had done. We're going to flip it over and use the other side. You're not going to see the happy, so why not use it? And those are 3 3/4 by 5 in basic white, just regular. Okay, I think we got it handled now. So let's get creating. And we're going to use some stencils from our kit. Now I have a front and a back depending on which way the leaves. The front, this leaf goes to the left. The back side of one of these, it goes to the right. Same with these. We're going to use these today. Oh, scratch paper. I don't have any. There's the mailing sheet that will work from my paper pumpkin. So let's get started with that first. So we're going to do a bit of this on this piece, and I'm going to set those right off to the side. So I'm going to start, you guys have seen me do this. This is like the third or fourth time. I'm going to start by using the blending brush, hopefully. The blending brush. Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay share this particular brush. Tap off some. Why is this like, oh, I got a pen underneath it. I'm like, why is my whiteboard, my glass board, I mean, so messed up? So I'm just going to swirl. We're doing like a tie-dye effect here. She loves tie-dye. So, and by the way, my daughter's name is Justice. Justice Denning. She is named, her name Justice came from a song by John Cougar Mellencamp that my husband heard when he was in high school. She had no choice. I had no choice in that girl's name. So Coastal Cabana is done. We're just doing a bit. Now we are going to bring in, yikes, I just lost something. Okay, see my Coastal Cabana is the lighter parts. We're going to bring in some of the Orchid Oasis, and I'm hoping that I don't have to re-ink it, but it looks like I will. So let me grab that. And this is such a new pad that it doesn't take much. So I'm just going to tap. Look at all that. And I barely tapped on it. So we're just going to tap because I don't want it like overwhelming. So just a bit there. You can always add more ink. You just can't take it off. It looks like I need a little bit more. I do like that softer look to it. All right. And a bit over here. Just creating my own background. Now I'm going to come in with her favorite color, pink. We're going to use Polish Pink in a sponge dauber, as I do not have a blending brush for this color. So we want, you know, this center piece is going to be closed up, so I'm not going to worry about putting anything in the center. I'm just adding some Polish Pink. Really, it's a good thing not much. I got to blend that in some. Ooh. So right in there, maybe some here. That's going to be good. It's a good thing that most of that there is going to be covered up. Fresh Freesia is next. Let me close up these as we go. Then we're going to stencil in Shaded Spruce, Old Olive, and Garden Green. I added the Old Olive because I think I felt anyway. So there's, really need some of that to show. Some of that Fresh Freesia really needs to show a bit. I'm just going to pounce that straight on there. Up and down, pounce, pounce, pounce. And some right along there. Blend it in a bit. All right. Now we're good to go on that aspect of it. We are going to get to the stenciling part. So move those out of the way. And we're going to start off, don't know why, but we start off with Shaded Spruce. It's just kind of how I do it. And Shaded Spruce for me is this big leaf. We're going to pop that right down here. I went and labeled all my sponge daubers. It took me an hour and a half to get them all out. Get the label maker. So there's my Shaded Spruce. I'm going to do a bit on that one and a bit just right there. And like I said, you can always add, you just cannot take off. So that's all I want for that. And now I'm going to move on to my Old Olive. I'm going to leave that open because I'm going to need that again. But Old Olive it is. So let's scoot this more up so you guys can see it. I'm adding, I think we're going to do it right there. Where's the Old Olive? Oh, Garden Green, sorry. Garden Green. Ooh, don't need to make all that ruckus. So, pounce, 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 pounce. You can see all the colors laying it there. I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to turn it more because, like I said, that center part's going to be covered up. I cannot believe that, you know, I never would have tried these color combinations. So thank you to Stampin' Up! And their designers. It really makes you work outside of your box. And the creations are just gorgeous. So Old Olive for me are these 3 ones. And I don't need the great big one. I just need the little one. So I'm just going to bring that right here in Old Olive. Down there. And right there. You know, you are welcome to go more elaborate, but I'm going to do some stamping here, here, and here, as well as the stenciling. So I only used the one stencil, but now I'm going to get, let's see, these are 2 of the stamp sets. Did I show you guys the stamp sets that came with this? You got 2 in this kit. So you already saw that this was Happy, the little dots, which I'm going to use Daffodil Delight. You got a flower pot. This one I've used this one. I'm using this one here. Use those on her birthday card. So we are going, I may use Old Olive, but I know I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. And we're going to do some stamping and stamping off. I just wanted to add some more texture to this. So I'm going to bring it, I don't want it that way. I want it going here. Then I'm going to stamp again. I'm going to have to stamp off better here. All right. Now I'm going to come over on the other side and we're going to stamp. Now I'm going to stamp again off all the way and put one there and some there. Now for this little one, oh, I think we're going to go with Garden Green. I'm leaving my greens because I have something else to show you. As I get ink on me, you know, it wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be stamping if I don't ink myself up. It just kind of happens. So we're going to use this one, Garden Green, and stamp it twice again. Turn it, and we're going to add that Garden Green down here. Oh, this is so pretty, everybody. Oh my gosh. And my daughter is a plant lover. Stamp off twice now. Oof. Yes, this is really going to go well with this card. Like I said, I'm leaving my greens. Just trying to figure out where to stash them so I don't get into them. So we're going to leave those aside for now. Ooh, I love it. Love it. So let's get on to the covering of the chipboard. So the larger one is going to be with the Sahara Sand. And this is so easy, everybody. It really, you just need to figure out which color, which side of the DSP you want to use. So I'm just adding some liquid glue, and chipboard does absorb it. And I'm just going to stick it roughly in the center. And I did this on all of the pieces for her gift. So I'm going to turn it over. Seeing where the ink is coming from. So there we go. I'm smoothing that out. Now I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold here, fold there. I'm just kind of creasing that over. And now I'm going to use some scissors. And I'm going to cut those corners off. And we're going to do this twice. And I'm really not being like overly... You can see it's not even on any of it, and I don't think it needs to be. You're not going to see that. At least it doesn't bother me any, and sometimes things bother me. I'm going to put glue right down there, and then right here. I'm not using tear tape, nothing like that. I'm just folding it over. Now I know I get a little bit of glue on my glass mat. I just wipe it off right in that crease. If that will hold it. Yep. Wipe it off. Now we're going to do the long sides. Fold it over. No glue escaped on that one. So you're going to see me do this one more time. And it is that simple. Could have done a little better there, but that's okay. See? That easy peasy. So next you need to decide which side, again, of your DSP do you want. And I want this lattice side. So, and yeah, I'm using the whole piece of DSP. That's what it's there for. I'm not worried about cutting it down. I'm just not. You could if you wanted to. You need about 1 inch all the way around. But I do not need to. It is really serving its purpose for me, and I feel good about using my DSP as I was a DSP hoarder. I'm a crafter, what can I say? But I was very, I'm telling you, I'd find some DSP and I would just like, oh, but if I used it, then I wouldn't have it for something else. And then I started doing this YouTube channel, and it's like, why am I saving this? Let's use it. You know, Stampin' Up! Comes out, and other companies come out with gorgeous DSP all the time. So use it, and then I can buy more DSP. Now I tend, you know, I do have I'm on a fixed income, as my husband and I are retired and I'm disabled. But, you know, when this kind of DSP went on the clearance rack, boy, I snatched me up a package of all of the retired, in the color collection colors. That's the only way I could really buy that, because I'd rather spend my money on stamp sets and whatnot. So, getting it at this price makes it all worthwhile. So there you'll see, this is how they are going to line up. And I chose them to be neutral. This is the size that would fit in her card box, but I chose neutral so it didn't take away from the arrangement we're doing with the flowers. So first off, we are going to glue this one directly. Oh, let's get our card base going. We're going to do, let's do some sponging and shaded spruce around our card base. I'm not going to re-ink this. I am just taking it, the ink that's already there, and we're going to do this all the way around the edge. And we're going to even... No, we're not going to do it on the inside. I'm like, we could do the inside. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. I used to do this constantly. It was just one of my favorite things. It's going to just add. Do you see that? That dark shaded spruce is just going to add to our card. It just kind of makes the layer pop. So we're going to glue one of our garden green to the outside. And like I said, it is such a tiny, tiny border. Then we're going to take it, we're going to open it up and glue one to the inside. And it's going to need all that support for the chipboard. So we have our outside panel, and then somewhere I have the one that was a mistake that is no longer a mistake because it's being used. There's the happy that went the wrong way. So there, it's so pretty, so pretty. So this one, I think we will sponge around it in shaded spruce, just to give it a little bit more. And once again, I am only using the ink that is on the sponge dauber that's left over. And sometimes when you do that, you get, at least in my opinion, you get a bit softer of the sponging, and I like that. So we're going to put this now on the inside. Oh, I should have stamped it. I am stamping. I have the happy done in Versamark and gold embossing powder. But then I'm going to come in. I thought about doing it in polished paint, but I just don't think that's going to. And then I have this happy birthday from, let me make sure I get the right one, Special Moments. We're going to do happy birthday. I wanted to do it, I could just do birthday, but we're going to do happy birthday. And what color shall we pick? We're going to go with the green. We are going to go with shaded spruce. Could have gone with garden green, but we are going to do, I don't want to do it on the embossing powder because I think it'll just wipe off. So right below that. Gorgeous. Ah! Okay. Now I forgot to add, I did this last time. I forgot to add my Daffodil Delight. And I know it's really, really just a tiny bit of it here and there, but to me, it really added to it. So we're going to bring that in and get that done before I go any further. So stamp off. And then I'm just adding, I love these dots, I'm telling you. Absolutely great. Remember, the center is not going to be sane at all. So we just need it on the outside there. And I'm hoping you guys can see those little bits of the yellow on there. If not, trust me, you can see it when you're in person, okay? It's there. So next, this piece, I guess we could use tear tape. That would be quickly done. You don't need to. You could use glue, but let's just add tear tape, making sure it's not going to go anywhere. So this is the larger of the two pieces of chipboard. Thank you, Gloria. I'm probably going to say that forever now as I use my pokey tool. If you guys are interested in having your own pokey tool, let me know and I will send you her information. So there is my first chipboard panel. Now this one, if you saw my video, and I do apologize that I couldn't, you see how it's lifted up? I used chipboard for this. I really did. So I'm going to show you. I took some chipboard and I just cut myself pieces. I'm going to need 6 of these, and I just don't care what the sizes are as long as they're close enough together. But, oh, so frustrating for me that I record my SD card, apparently. I thought I was deleting things. Well, I wasn't deleting them from the SD card. So when it got filled up, it refused to let me record anymore. And I was so upset about it. My husband's like, how many times do I gotta show you how to do this? And I'm like, honey, I was deleting things. I just didn't know that I wasn't deleting from the SD card. Deleting it from the gallery and from my phone is one thing, but since I record everything to the SD card for filming. That's why I bought this phone. Really makes a difference. So the other thing I showed in this video is, see, now I got a whole bunch of dimension. You could use dimensionals, but purpose of this video is also to show you some things that may not have been caught in the last one. So now I have all that dimension loaded up back there, and I'm running low on dimensionals, guys, and I don't want to put an order in until April. So I'm going to use some of this mounting tape that my son gave me. They use this in mounting TV brackets and stuff to the wall. So we're going to put a piece here. I'm going to put more on this than I did on the other pieces because this is going on a card. So I saw this stuff at his house and I'm like, oh, I could use that, honey. He's like, Mom, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I could use that. He's like, it's really strong stuff. And I'm like, I know, I could use it for craft projects. And so there wasn't much left on the roll. He's like, go for it, Mom. Which was nice. So once again, my pokey tool is lifting that up as my acrylic nails are challenging for me. You all know that. I just had them done. And I was doing something and I actually chipped it and it's gel. So I need to probably have to put a little clear coat on that to keep it from chipping. I was doing stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing. Using my nails as a tool to scrape something off, and it ended up catching. I was like, darn it, I just got these done. And I am enjoying them, by the way. So there we have it. Maybe if I can get the plastic off. So this piece now is going to go right there. And look at all that dimension. Yes, this is not a card I would deliver, but this is how I did it. This is going to be her birthday card. Now let's get to the fun stuff. So I said Splendid Stem dies, and I did mean this is from the Splendid Said dies. This I'm going to show you how I kind of did that. This is from the kit. This is in gold foil of the Splendid Stem dies. This we're going to sponge on. This is that polished pink, her favorite color. This is from the Splendid, this is from our kit. I cut the longer part off. Let me see if I can grab one and show you. I'm all about, I've cut these and done so many things trying to make my goodies from my kit last farther. You can see all of my stuff. That one, maybe. Might add that in there. Okay, so these are from the kits. So this long one is the one I was showing you guys. Nope, that won't work there. So, okay, this one is this lower half. I cut right here. So I used this on her project, and I had this lower piece left, and that's what we are going to use it for. So this is going to be right here because we have our flower pot. The gold is just going to be in the back to bring in the gold of the flower pot. So we're going to glue this down. I'm going to glue this one down because it's gold foil and not a whole lot is going to want to stick to it. I'm leaving, hold on, stay down. I'm leaving these pressed up because I like the way it looks. I just do. This is going to be our next piece, and the piece we're going to layer everything else into, but we are going to do, some sponging, let's see. I just want to, this is in soft sea foam. It was used out of one of the DSPs. It was in my stuff of goodies. So I'm going to start layering on some ink here. Do I need a little bit more shaded spruce? on my sponge dauber, just a bit. Now I'm going to bring in the garden green. Maybe, if I can find the dauber. Let's see. Yep, gonna need some more of that. I want it to have multicolors of the greens in here. I don't think I'm going to add Old Olive. Just those. Gives it a bit of a speckly look, and I like that. So this is what we're going to build everything onto. So this one, I'm going to split that up probably. Here's a piece of Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to show you how I cut. I'm going to do it to this one as I did it in her gift. So I am cutting, there's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. On the left hand side, I am going to cut. Have to cut it there, and then I got to turn it around and get my scissors in there. Oops, missed it. There we go. So now I'm going to start this one. I'm going to extend this up higher. Let me see. I want it here. I want this one probably right under that one. So I'm going to get them layered down here. Let me do it over here so it's not a mess. Here's some Pear Pizzazz we can add to it. The Polished Pink. So I'm going to tilt that this way. Yes, might bring this. Let's see. Might tuck that piece. I'm just getting a feel for what I'm doing. Maybe, I think we're going to put this one up there. Possibly. This one is going to go down front. This one's going to go right here. Okay. Where's our card base? Because now I got to make sure it's not too big for what we're doing. So let's see what we have in here. You just get that little bit of the gold. Okay, that is going to go there. So I'm going to turn it over. I can see where I want it. I'm going to add my little bit of glue right here for that. I'm going to give it a pinch and a hold and let it set up for a second. Really, really like the look of that. So next we have this piece, which I'm thinking I'm going to bring it up there. So add. I really need to take the time and fill up these little bottles again. So I am going to bring this like so. And this one is probably going to get tucked in right there. So I'm going to add a little bit. This is how I did each and every little flower pot in her gift. I eyeballed it, started gluing it together, and I love the outcome. I just love it. So this one, I'm going to add some glue here, just right there. It didn't need glue on every single surface. You can see this was cut off of, these two were cut off of that one at some point for some project. I love this polished pink on here. It's just unexpected, and that's what I love about Paper Pumpkin. It totally makes me work and think of different things outside of what I normally would do. So we have this little bit of greenery. Oops, it didn't quite stay there. I'm missing the purple. So we're gonna, let's see. It needs a little something here, but we're going to use both of these, I believe. And I'm doing a video. Thank you, Hank. My grandson probably wants something from me. So I'm going to pop this right there because it looks like it's in need of something in this area. definitely. And then this little bit could actually, oh, do I even need that garden green on there? Maybe just like that. Yes. Okay, so this is now going to go in the back. You don't know until you actually get a look at what you're creating. So that's there. And then I'm going to put this right here. And by cutting up the ephemera from the kit, I'm getting more from it. And I'm being able to do more with it. And yes! Okay, nailed it. I love it. Absolutely love it. So now you can put dimensionals on the back, because now there's so much back there. You just need to find an open spot, like right there, where they're going to be hidden. And the minis are going to be my go-to for this. So 4 of them is what I'm going to work with, because I've got this whole cluster of beautiful botanical ephemera die cuts. Ooh. So, and my flower pot is here, which is also going up on dimensionals. So I'm gonna tuck those bits of leaves. I want those on the outside. Oh, definitely. So cool. So cool. So this is getting dimensionals, and I know from my last one that I'm using 3. Don't think it needs more than 3. Then we have gems to go on this. I don't need to put any words on the inside, but I'm tucking that leaf there, this one here over the flower pot. Ah! Such a cool card. Love it. Except that cut from there. Oh, it's okay. It's from my girl. She won't mind. She is wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful. She got 3D flowers on her nails. The guy did such an amazing job. I hate to say this, but we have found out lately that, especially with her, I'm looking for my gems. The guys tend to do a better job. So these I got off the clearance rack. They're the blue adhesive back gems, but these are the ones I'm looking for, as they have a little bit of that blue greenish spark to them. So I'm going to put one here, and you can see how many I've used just on her project. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one great big one right down on the flower pot. And I need to find the little sleeve for that. Right there. I need to put those back in it. But that is my card in my project. Now, I used this. I did the same technique here on this piece for these banner strips that came with the kit. That I made my own. But I used the same process to color these in, and it's absolutely fantastic. This piece here is how I did this, and I'm going to show you, but using a white piece, because I think it's going to show up better how that was done. So, oh, there's the little bees. I was going to add those to the card, and I couldn't figure out where they went to. Let's see the card. She loves bees, so maybe we'll add... Oh, yeah, we can add the bumblebees. This one needs, he is not colored in all the way. I'll have to do that in a minute. Let me get him on a dimensional. Never know what you will find on my desk until I clean it up, and then I find all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's where that went. Or months later. So do I want, yes, I will have to color Mr. Bumblebee in. I like that even better. Okay, just having a good time. So this is one of the dies from the Splendid Stem dies and the stamp set Splendid Thoughts. I need my greens. Actually, I need the sponge daubers. So Shaded Spruce, that's Garden Green. Shaded Spruce is under the card. Let's see, do we have enough? No, we don't have enough ink on it. So I'm gonna load up just lightly. I'm gonna start with this top one. And I'm going to stamp on the top. I'm gonna load it up again and stamp on this one because I'm gonna use the 3 different colors of greens. Okay, so that's done with the Shaded Spruce. I need to clean off the stamp. My Stampin' Chamois. I was reluctant to buy one of these, y'all. And I'm telling you, hands down, great value for my money. Great value. Garden Green, that's Shaded Spruce. Garden Green's turn. So Garden Green is gonna get these 2 in the middle. So I'm stamping on them. And I'm gonna stamp on those 2. And then I want one more right there. So I'm gonna stamp this one down here. And hopefully not push. Oh, that'll work. So, and then it's the Old Olive turn. And even though I could, I guess, you could color in with the Stampin' Write marker, but I like the effect, just adding some ink to it. And I'm just getting this one right there. We're going to have to color that with some Old Olive here. There. Now, you can see that's working. That actually looks really cool. I'm going to close up those ink pads. Set that aside. Close up the green because we don't need any of those greens anymore. But what I do need is my Fresh Freesia. I'm going to come in and I so need to re-ink this ink pad because it should have held more ink than that. So I'm going to come in and start adding some ink in spots. And right here, I could add this actually to the inside of the card. So that's Fresh Freesia. Let's check our polished pink before we go adding. So now I'm going to come in with the polished pink. And I need to leave a little room. I do want more darker of the polished pink in there. Just a tad bit more. Oh, that's much better. Much better. I need to leave room for the Orchid Oasis. Not sure what's on my ink dauber. Nothing, as this was yesterday. So just a little bit, and I really need to stamp that off. Otherwise, this would just take over everything. So I'm going to come in over here. I'm going to come in on the stem. I'm going to come in right there. Maybe a little there. Ooh. Oof, oof. That is so pretty, and it's even better on the white. This was done on some Fresh Freesia. So next step, we need Versamark, and we need gold embossing powder. And yeah, I need to add this to the card. So Versamark. Oh, I forgot to use. Oh well, I was going to add some gold leafing on this card. So much that I could do and didn't do. Okay, so now I'm stamping right on top of the die cut. To me, it's okay if it's not perfectly there, as this is a very, you know, the lines and everything on this die set. I'm looking for my tweezers, my reverse tweezers. Is it meant to be exact? And it looks really good. So I'm covering this in very old Stampin' Up! Gold Glory embossing powder. I have the other stuff too. It's just this is what I grabbed out of my box when I started. So I'm going to heat this, and I have to heat it off camera because the cord to my heat gun does not reach. So give it a second and you're going to see just how pretty this is. And trust me, it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope you trust me anyways. Oh my gosh. Can you guys see this? I don't know if you really can. Let me see if I put it against this. Can you see that? What I was trying to mimic is, let's see, there's this one here. See how it has the bits of gold? It has the greens, the pinks, all of that in it. Let me see, there is, where's one? Oh my goodness. Where is that great big leaf? This one. Okay. So look at that. This is with more green in it, which I could have done. But this is what I was going for. Mimicking this look. And I think I did a pretty darn good job. I'm really happy with it. So let's see if I can put this on that card somewhere. Let's see if we can do this. We could add that right there. And we're going to snip this little tail off because I don't need that. I don't need that on there at all. So I'm just going to cut the little stem off and glue this on my card. And now I have a beautiful card and set for my daughter for her birthday, as she has to order her birthday present from her father and I, because we're buying her special type of clothes for grooming because the dog hair, that is just crazy. So let me give you a look at, this is her gift. I'm gonna have to zoom out, but hopefully you guys get the feel of everything I was doing. So this is the card. I love the bees, by the way. I could add a few in there, but I kind of thought it took away from it. But this is her card and her birthday gift, something I know, and she's a very much a plant person. She's very good with plants. Her friends give her plants. Here, I brought this for you to rescue. I'm really happy with it. I know it's a bit of a long video, but I hope you like it. I hope you are understanding about video number 3 on this. My sincerest apologies if it really bothers you. There's nothing I can do to make that up. I can just strive to do better, and I hope you give me that opportunity and understand I'm human. I make mistakes, but more than anything, I hope you come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.